Okay, moving on to Fallen Kingdom. So, in Fallen Kingdom, we start off on the island, don't we? They go onto the island, and we get some carnage. We get a Carnotaurus, we get a baryonyx scene, and I think most of these others actually end up being in Dominion. Because most of the, I think when you think about it, a lot of the dinosaurs that we see in.
So we get the Mosa right at the beginning.
Mosa at the beginning.
T-Rex.
Then
the sound of a dilo, but we never see a dilo.
Get a Compy. Compy's in it.
Yep.
Let's rate our Compy. Let's get that going.
Yeah.
I like the Compy. It's simple, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a classic. Yeah. It doesn't do anything in the movie at all. Actually, to be honest,
just like the book, it's a filler. It's a filler dinosaur, and it's there. It's easy to put in. Are the designs great for it? Sure, but it's a tiny 30-centimeter bloody dinosaur. So
yeah,
like I'm happy to put it sort of mid tier.
You could do it. Look at this as like 1 and 2 out of 10, 3 and 4 out of 10, 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
So would it be under the 5 and 6 out of 10 category?
I would think it'd be right smack bang in the middle, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay, so you think that's a fair assessment? Okay, we'll leave that there for now. Okay, moving on to Dinosaurio. We didn't add the junior Allosaurus.
We were thinking about it.
We were thinking about adding that, and the reason we chose against adding it is because a little bit of it got retconned, which I think is why they just wrote it in as a juvenile, because a lot of people hated the design. I think that's why they changed the design and made it an adult and that one a juvenile. But I mean, it's not too late to add it. I could add it in.
We can do honourable mentions at the end.
Right, let's do honourable mentions.
Any that we missed, we can do at the end.
Yeah. All right, we'll do an honourable mention at the end. All right, that makes people feel better. Right, go on to Carnotaurus. Mate, this is one of the best designs, in my opinion, that we've had.
It's near on perfect, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, if you close your eyes, picture a Carnotaurus, it's not going to be too much far dissimilar to that, is it?
No. It's like when you read the book and the novel and the Carnotaurus is in there, every single game that we've played, Ark, Primal Carnage, the Carnotaurus is that. The toys that we played with as kids, the design is there. I would agree with it being up in S.
We're going to organise these after into what we think's preferable, but we'll leave it there for now.
Like, we'll take arguments, etc.
Yeah. If we had the juvenile Allosaurus on the list, it'll be D for me. It's pretty pony.
Yeah, it's that low impact.
Yeah. Low impact, and I didn't really like the design much. So, next, Carnotaurus, spoke about that one. Next one will be... Where are we? Baryonyx. It's a very controversial one, the old Barry.
Yeah.
I like it, and I think it's quite a decent dinosaur. I think it's used better in the Camp Cretaceous series.
Yeah.
It is, because they've got the 3 of them. But let's pretend we've never seen Camp Cretaceous, and we see that one scene that it has inside this pipe. The scene's brilliant. It's really good. It's intense. The scene's cool. But after that, I'm trying to think if there's any other impact that it has in that and Dominion. Does it have any in Dominion?
It doesn't have anything in Dominion, does it?
No, the juvenile one does in the battle arena.
Yeah.
Kills that guy, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'm trying to think if even in Fallen Kingdom, when they're escaping down the mountain, whether we see it.
Don't see it at all.
No. So it is literally just that one scene.
Yeah, I mean, I think it deserves to be up there. I don't think it's an S tier, because the design,
no, it's not S tier.
The design is too controversial. It's one of those ones where it's, it's almost like it's been patented how it is.
Yeah.
Because when you look at the Chaos Theory Suchomimus, the design of that is a lot more paleontologically accurate to what people would expect it to look like. So people have been more of a fans of that. Whereas this route, they've gone a lot more crocodilian, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah, because I still remember in the trailers when we were trying to guess, is that a Suchomimus or is that a Baryonyx? When it's the one where he's getting airlifted out, wasn't it? Just that short scene. Or was that the Suchomimus? I'm trying to think. I've not seen Fallen Kingdom in ages.
No, I haven't. It is Suchomimus. This is a Baryonyx, yeah.
Yeah,
it
that's
did have,
Baryonyx,
and they didn't give it its huge sickle claw thing on its hand either,
no,
which is like a.
What was the dino that gets airlifted out?
That's a Baryonyx too.
That is a Baryonyx too.
Yeah, try snapping at him as he gets
straight.
Yeah. I think it's all right. I like it. I've never ever had a problem with the Baryonyx in the series. It's I think it's almost got its own little character in an odd way.
Yeah.
I think it stands. I mean, I would put it in an A if I was doing this on my own.
Yeah.
If you don't feel as strongly about it, I'm happy to put it in a B.
I'm happy for it to be A for now, and then obviously once we get to the end, we can look and say, does the Baryonyx belong with blah 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 blah, who we are agreeing is A.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a Jurassic World Suchomimus design on the website, and that was pretty cool. But it didn't look anything like a Stan Winston design though, so it would have looked weird. I mean, it would have stuck out as looking very different, almost like they brought the files over from some other TV series and used that as a standing for the Suchomimus. It wouldn't have looked like the textbook world designs, because if you ever look at all these designs, they've got something in common. They've all got this like exaggerated eye ridge over them.
Yeah.
The raptors, you look at the compy, look at the ridge over the eye of the pteranodon, and they've all got that eye socket ridge that it's almost like a Jurassic World sort of design. And that's where I think the Biosyn ones tend to look very different, because they look a bit more natural. And that's the main difference with those. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Let's go to, where's the next one? Is that Indoraptor? How did I forget that? Okay. So Indoraptor. Is that the last one from them?
I think so.
It is, and then we've got Battle of Ring after that. Right, Indoraptor.
Right, so this is a tough one, because I absolutely love the design of the Indoraptor. I love how it plays like that stalking sort of horror element. I mean, Jay Biona did fantastically like directing that scene.
It's going to be an S tier, isn't it?
It's got an S tier. I was going to try and fight for the S tier. I just wanted to see how you would gauge on it.
Yeah, it's going to be S tier. I do kind of agree, to be honest. Like you said, just carry on, because I feel that he's right.
Yeah. So, like I said, the horror element, the way it stalks, like it is an aggressive little thing. The only thing that put me off, and it still does with these films, is like the laser targeting that they've put on. I still don't think you could train a dinosaur to do that, like one that's that aggressive.
Yeah, no, I think the problem I had with the laser technology is it's just stupid. That's all I've got a problem with. Like, I mean, it doesn't necessarily, like, why, if you're close enough, I mean, unless you're going to send the Indoraptor in as, for an example, with a bomb strapped to it, to make it go to an area to detonate it and waste as a disposable Indoraptor, then I get it. Because you could be miles away, you could fire the laser in the dark over wherever, like you said, military purposes. Let's just say the enemy camp, and make it blow up, go mad, and make it blow up, right? But if you're close enough to shoot a laser at somebody, surely you're then close enough to shoot the enemy.
Exactly.
Rather than sending the Indoraptor in. So, I mean,
could be. What they say? What film is it? Is it Rebirth? How many millions of dollars do they say on average an asset costs?
He says 75 million, I think he was.
Yeah, 75 million.
I think it's 75
and that's
million.
it.
Someone else
Yeah.
might be able to correct me and seen it more.
And yet you can spend 200 quid on a drone with a missile on it to do exactly the same job.
Yeah. So I mean, in terms of the laser thing, I didn't like, but it made it work for the movie, didn't it? Because obviously then Owen used it to then aim at Claire, and the Indoraptor fell through the roof, and it worked.
Yeah.
Hello, Josiah.
Hello, Josiah.
Yeah. So,
yeah, I'm happy with S tier.
yeah,
Obviously,
think
all of
great.
these films, all of these dinosaurs have their negatives, but as long as the positives outweigh the negatives, they're going to stay high.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so Battle of Big Rock. I mean, do you know what we haven't done? We haven't actually posted the T-Rex, the original 93 T-Rex. I'm guessing we're going to put it in the S tier because it's the original T-Rex.
Yeah, happy with S tier.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, where all these stuff have their flaws, like we get the Smiley Rex at the end of Jurassic World.
Yeah.
The positives still outweigh the negatives.
Absolutely.
And it's still going in S tier for me.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's the design that all these other dinosaurs after that kind of, try to be up there with. It's probably the most, for its time, the most accurate a dinosaur has ever looked.
Yeah.
So.
And I love how throughout the films of Jurassic World we can see the scars from Jurassic Park and the aging
the
of
wear and
dinosaur.
tear. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Battle at Big Rock. We have the Allosaurus. Obviously, this does appear better, or like as in a better look at it in light in Dominion. And obviously appears later in Chaos Theory as well. Where do you place this bad boy?
I love the Allosaurus.
Do ya?
Like the Allosaurus sign in this. It's not S tier for me.
Okay.
It is. I would put it
a 7
like
or
a low A, high B.
So okay, so 7 or 8 out of 10.
7 or 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I think Battle of Big Rock, like we said, it's a 10-minute short film, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's so impactful. It's everything we want in a movie of Jurassic, cut down to 10 minutes. Like the design of the Allosaurus is fantastic. The fear element of it is fantastic. And what it does in the film is just brilliant.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's not on the same level as like the T-Rex, the Indominus, etc. So I'm happy with A, if you're happy. I'm open for arguments and discussions on this. If you want
I'm trying to think if we are. I mean, for now, I'm happy to put it in A. It could be a 9 out of 10. Because I'm trying to think, right, if you're looking at this, where would you improve it? Where would I improve the Mosasaurus? Probably not make it as big. And obviously later on our arguments will probably go against that. Blue, I would probably make her a bit more aggressive. Unless, that's probably goes against her as an S. And my favourite raptors obviously are the ones that Jurassic Park 3 looking ones. And her character, she's just too friendly rather than being wild. Baryonyx, it's crocodilian rather than how it probably should look. It gets shown more in Camp Cretaceous than it does in the movies.
Okay, can we make our first move? And I want to make an argument for this.
Go on.
I'm kind of happy with having the Allosaurus at A, but if you want to move it up to S, it's fine. But I don't think I'm happy with either Blue or the Baryonyx being in A at this point. Comparing it to the Mosa and the Allo, I think either move the Allo up or one of those two down.
So you mean moving them up the rankings like that? Or do you mean literally moving them up and down?
So, yeah, I'd say either move the Allosaurus into S tier, and keep it like that, or move blue or the baryonyx down to B?
I think
Because
I think because of Battle of Big Rock, I think that deserves to go in an S tier.
yeah, okay.
I mean, I could
that's
be
it.
I could be a little bit over the top there, but I think, you know, the way that thing attacked the caravan was class.
Yeah,
And
and as Gillian says, it's an amazing design.
and I think that even in Jurassic World Dominion, it eats a man on fire, and
Yeah.
then it snatches up the guy that's on the scooter.
Yeah, it is decent.
It's great, and
Yeah,
it's got like that bluey grey blue back, hasn't it?
yeah,
It's a great like, I would actually like to see a movie where the Allosaurus is the actual main villain.
yeah.
So it's almost
That
like,
would be good to see.
so it doesn't have to be a super apex predator, but you know, still classed as a massive apex predator.
Quick.
Yeah, because it's going to be
Nimble,
faster.
aggressive.
It's going to be smaller, so it could probably get into
Yeah.
smaller areas. Definitely, I'm going to put it as an S. I'm going to be
Okay, I'm happy.
that person.
Yeah. I
Okay.
still want a discussion later of having blue baryonyx in the same tier as the Moser later on.
Yep, that's fine. That's fine by me. Okay, so moving
Guys
on.
in the chat, have a think about that.
Yeah,
See if you agree.
definitely.